We've got $100 to spend at Costco on keto snacks, and there's some brand new stuff that has just populated the shelves here at Costco. We're talking fall 2021, however, hopefully some of these things will stick around for a while. So I've got $100, we're gonna find the best keto snacks, things that are labeled as keto. We're also gonna find the worst ones so you know where to save your money. Not saying that everyone should go out and spend $100 on snacks right now, but if you did have $100 just to allocate towards that, what could you get? Let's see what we can get for under $100 at Costco in the keto realm. Okay, I just discovered this one. Check this out, never seen these before. Okay, granted, they're expensive, so when I'm trying to work on the budget, it's a little bit tough. But look at Keto Glazed Pecans. Okay, pecans are one of the richest omega-3 nuts, so they're tremendous on keto. Plus, I really do like the fiber content of pecans to begin with. But let's see what's in these. Okay, we've got pecans, erythritol. Ooh, butter, that's gonna be awesome. Pasteurized cream, some natural flavors, which could be questionable, cinnamon, salt, and monk fruit extract. The only thing that I would wish they would just reduce, I just wish I could see the erythritol a little bit lower on the ingredient list there, not quite so high up, because I know what this is going to taste like. It's going to taste like a pecan covered in erythritol. But value-wise, although it seems expensive, you're still getting 20 ounces of pecans, although I don't know how much of those ounces is actually going to be the rest of these ingredients, but I don't know, I'm going to try them out. I mean, it's new, and I'll at least report back. So, and at least there's no sugar added into them like some of these other ones are. So it's from a company called Nutrail. So take a look at those and keep an eye out for those at Costco. That's pretty awesome. I am stoked to see Chomps at Costco. This is unreal. This is super cool. They were not here before. This is brand new. I've been a big supporter of Chomps for a while. That looks like an expensive price, right? 15 bucks. And it's really not that much, but these are packed with protein. So a lot of protein in a given stick. So we have one stick's gonna get you 9 grams of protein, but look at this, no garbage in it. Grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Okay, then we have sea salt, encapsulated lactic acid, which is just there kind of just to preserve really, but it's not a bad thing. Cultured celery powder. Okay, then we have black pepper, red pepper, garlic powder, coriander, stuffed in a beef collagen casing. They're not adding weird hydrogenated fats, like sometimes those are, you're gonna find those in beef sticks. But the cool thing is, okay, we're getting 12 sticks, okay? That's getting you just a hair over $1 a stick. You know that if you see these at the grocery store, they're like $2.50 a stick, sometimes even more. So this is a huge, tremendous find. It blows a lot of my budget, but I'm so stoked on that. Okay, so we've got the Keto Glazed Pecans and Chomps. This is some new stuff here, fall 2021. By the way, in terms of keto snacks, today's video sponsor is Thrive Market, which if you watch my channel, I talk about them all the time. I put a link that's down below in the description. I'll keep this short for you, but Thrive Market makes it so that you can get like all your stuff, your groceries online in like one place. It's super easy, but the best thing is, it's relevant to today's videos, you can select a tab that only opens up like keto options. So that way you can navigate like everything in keto, baking, snacks, things like that are all fitting within that keto category. So I definitely recommend you check them out. And then it just gets delivered to your doorstep. Super easy and convenient. And they've been a sponsor on this channel for like 4 years. So they're super awesome and super supportive of us doing this content. So just check them out. I just recommend you do it. It allows us to do this content that we do. And that link below will also save you 25% off your first order and get you a free gift. But you got to use that link that's down below. So big thank you to Thrive, and let's keep rocking. Right now, we've got, what, $13.50 and basically 15 bucks. Okay, so we spent roughly $30. We factor in tax and stuff. Oh, looks like we've got some new keto cereals here. I have tried Catalina Crunch before. It's done some questionable things to my blood sugar. Like I usually wear a continuous glucose monitor, and when I eat Catalina Crunch, I actually get a spike in blood glucose. But not everyone would respond the same way, but I'm still gonna investigate the ingredients here. And then we have this low carb keto granola. So $12.79. $9.99. Okay, we have, let's look at servings. We get 18 servings per container here, and we have 16 servings per container here. So we're really looking like almost the exact same price. Move my cart out of the way here really quick. So we need to investigate like what the ingredients look like. Let's start with this low carb from Nutrail, same company that made those glazed pecans. Let's see what's in here. Okay, we've got sunflower seeds, which I like. Pumpkin seeds, I really like. I love the zinc profile. I love the fatty acid profile. Coconut chips, so we're getting that lauric acid in there. I like that. Almonds, I like that almonds are not the first ingredient on this one. Pecans, erythritol and monk fruit. Ooh, the butter, the blueberry. You know what, this is interesting, and I've talked about this in other videos before. they don't shy away from having a few berries in there. They have some blueberries in there. And look at the total carbohydrate content is pretty high, like 11 grams of carbs, but 4 of it's fiber and 4 of it's sugar alcohol. The other thing that I like is that they actually label the erythritol as sugar alcohol as it should be labeled. So this leaves you with, we have 4 grams of sugar alcohols, 4 grams of fiber. So 11 minus 8. So that leaves us with 3 grams in net carbs, which you could have seen right on the front. And actually, I really like the ingredients in that. There's nothing I really don't like. I mean, sunflower seeds is the first ingredient, maybe not so much, but any nuts outside of macadamia nuts, and I understand if they used macadamia nuts, this product would be way more expensive. Like it's just not even reasonable, and Costco might not put it on their shelves. Okay, then we have Catalina Crunch. Now, Catalina Crunch is much more of a frankenfood, I will tell you that. Okay, we have pea protein, potato fiber, which I'm not a big fan of, non-GMO corn fiber, chicory root fiber, tapioca flour, high oleic sunflower oil, baking powder, natural flavors, sea salt, calcium carbonate. I mean, you can see there's a lot more questionable ingredients in this. Okay, a lot more things that maybe, I don't know, we shouldn't have in our body. I don't like the corn fiber in there. That scares me a little bit. High oleic sunflower oil is not a bad thing. High oleic sunflower oil is where they take sunflower oil and they concentrate the oleic acid out of it because the oleic acid is more stable. So that means that they take the sunflower oil and rather than having a sunflower oil that could potentially get oxidized and go bad on the shelf, they use the high oleic concentration of it. That doesn't upset me. That doesn't make me mad at all. Like, I don't get freaked out by that. It's going to be in everything. It's processed food, guys. Like, at the end of the day, snacks are processed food. So we're going to have that. Jeez, in everybody's way. But things like the different like starches that they have in there and the things like the natural flavors. Is it something that I would eat? Yeah, I've eaten it before and I don't mind it, but it does weird things to my blood glucose and I don't know what that could be. When I have this one to consider as an alternative, I'm definitely going for this one just because it's more wholesome. It's a little bit more whole food. Like outside of the erythritol in there, like everything would be whole food. If there wasn't erythritol in there, this would just be a nice, like almost homemade mix of nuts, seeds, and some berries. Now, I've talked about these and I've actually picked them up. They're delicious. They're a good price. Okay, we got $8 here, but it's from this Inno Foods company, which I do not like some of the stuff that they do. Let me make this so you can see better. Hang on. That one's all crinkled. Hang on. Makes it really tough. I want to be able to show you the label. There we go. Okay, so in this case, coconut is the first ingredient. Organic coconut too, which I really like. Then we have pumpkin seeds. Then we have sunflower seeds. Brown rice flour is a little sketchy. Tapioca flour, almonds, hemp seeds, erythritol, inulin from blue agave, brown rice protein, not brown rice protein, flax seeds, crispy brown rice to give it a crunch, salt, coconut butter, baking powder, nutritional yeast to give it flavor, and then some natural flavors. Not the best thing in the world, okay, when we have other options to really choose from. I'm not sure if I want to use my budget on those, but I did try them and I will tell you they're delicious, okay? So if I only have $100 that I can spend on keto items, I just don't know if some of the questionable things. Let me show you what is questionable for me. What I really don't like in this. Okay, it's sorry, there's a lot of people around me. Brown rice flour, I'm not super happy to see. Okay, the brown rice protein is not a huge deal. I don't mind seeing that. Then we have the crispy brown rice. So a lot of rice, a lot of grains, okay? But then also the natural flavoring in there. If they got rid of the natural flavoring, I think I could swallow it, right? The inulin from blue agave is actually a good thing. They're adding that as a fiber and it drives up the fiber content, makes it a little bit slower digesting. And I like the nut profile, the hemp, the almonds, the pumpkin seeds. So is it a bad product? No. And it's a good price, but I'm not going to get it just because I really need to try to make some cuts here. Now we've got good old-fashioned Wisps, okay? Now, I love the price on these. They're only $7, all right? So we've got, in this case, really good, nice stuff, right? Pasture-raised part skim milk, cheese cultures, salt. That's it, okay? Simple, clean, easy, and a value. $6.97, one of the better keto snacks that you can have. And the nice thing I love about these guys is they're not just like heavily pushing the fact that they're keto friendly. Like they're just throwing them there and they're saying, hey, if you know what you're looking for, you know what you're looking for. It's cheese, everybody. So I really like that. So now we have price-wise, where are we at? We've got 15, 13, 13, plus another 7. So we're roughly, with taxes, probably about $50. So halfway through the budget, and man, I'll tell you, we're doing good. Okay, so now we have Highkey, which aren't heavily pushing a keto thing, but they are. They're keto friendly. Okay, now it's an interesting product. What I like about them is they don't have a lot of really weird frankenfoods in there. So if we look at the ingredients here, try to get close up for you. We have almond flour, we have erythritol, we have coconut oil, which is totally good. I'm fine with that. Erythritol's a little high up, but it's all good. Okay, and then we have butter. We have unsweetened chocolate. They're not adding sweetened chocolate in there. Dried whole eggs, inulin, which don't be afraid of. Inulin is good, okay? It's a very good fiber for the gut. Natural flavors, I'm not a fan of. Stevia extract, to be expected. Monk fruit, to be expected. Baking powder, I'm all good with baking powder, okay? And then we have some various phosphates, some tapioca starch, baking soda, okay? Hydrolyzed collagen. This is awesome. They're adding collagen. They didn't have to do that. It's not even really doing much to the texture. It's actually adding a nutritional benefit. Guar gum to hold it together. Xanthan gum, not the best. Salt, cocoa butter, and sunflower lecithin. Don't get freaked out over sunflower lecithin, okay? That's an emulsifier, and it's totally fine. I would rather see sunflower lecithin as an emulsifier than some of these other things. $13. $13 seems to be the magic number here in California. I'm going to try these. I would definitely consider that a better option. Pork rinds in a really good price. $6. Let me show you, teach you real quick, what you want to be paying attention to. The biggest piece of information that you could possibly know about pork rinds, the number one thing is the quality of the pork. Why? Because pork is the first ingredient. 98% of what you are consuming with a pork rind is the pork itself. So you could get yourself hung up over the maltodextrin, you could get yourself hung up over the MSG, you could get yourself hung up over all those fractions of pieces of ingredients. But the reality is the pork is the biggest thing, okay? So what you want to pay attention to in this case is pork that's humanely raised without antibiotics, okay? Pay attention, do some research, but also look at this. Fried pork skin, salt. In this case, they have some coconut palm sugar to give it a little sweetness, but not even enough to change the carbohydrate level, okay? Spices, and it's fried in the rendered pork fat. They're not adding a new kind of mysterious fat in there. They're using the fat and they're being sustainable. They're using the actual skin from the pig, and then they're using the fat from the pig, which is exactly what we'd be after when it comes down to A, sustainability, but B, continuity of our fat profile. I don't want a pork rind that's been fried in soy oil. That makes zero sense to me. Why am I taking a perfectly good saturated fat that is high in myristic acid, exactly the saturated fat I want, and then adulterating it with pure polyunsaturated fatty acids that are just gonna get obliterated when they're heated high? So yes, for this amazing price of $6.29 barely makes a dent in my $100 little budget that I have here. Ooh, peanut butter and almond butter. Here's where I need to be able to explain something, because we all love our peanut butter. I love my peanut butter. Here's why the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio of nuts isn't the end all be all. This is so important. If you take away one thing out of this video as an educational tidbit, please pay attention to this. Okay. The omega-3 to omega-6 ratio tells you the ratio between how much omega-6 is and how much omega-3s are in a nut. For example, a macadamia nut is one of the best fatty acid profiles that you can eat. Most of the nut is a fat called an omega-7, a palmitoleic acid, okay? Different kind of fat, not an omega-3, not an omega-6, okay? Most of the fats in the macadamia nut are that. But if you looked at the omega-3 to omega-6 profile of a macadamia nut, it would be a terrible ratio. Terrible. Why? Because it would tell you that the omega-6 quantity over the omega-3 quantity is astronomical. So if you're looking at just the ratio, you see, oh, a macadamia nut's not good because that ratio is terrible. Way more omega-6s than omega-3s. But that's not factoring in that the omega-6s and omega-3s are only making up a small percentage of the macadamia nut to begin with. So what does that mean? It means that the overall impact in your body is very minimal because you're not actually consuming much volume of it. Whereas you take, let's say, like a walnut or something, for example, which has a higher omega-3 ratio. I shouldn't say higher omega-3 ratio, but has a better omega-3 ratio. It's one of the better ones. Well, the quantity of oil that is in the walnut, the quantity of omega-6s and omega-3s is so much more that the actual impact in your body is much worse than a macadamia nut, which shows a terrible fatty acid profile in terms of omega-3, omega-6. So we take that into consideration when we look at things like peanut butter, because like peanut butter and almond butter over here have very, very, very similar omega-3 to omega-6 ratios, okay? There are a lot of omega-6s in almond butter, and there are a lot of omega-6s in peanut butter. So then you have to make the decision. But what I want you to be cognizant of is something that you can learn. when you look at an almond butter, you see roasted almonds. We don't know how they're roasted, okay? Now, to give you context, like some almonds are roasted in oil. Some are dry roasted. So when you're shopping for almond butter, get almond butters that definitely dictate and say dry roasted almonds, because we just don't know. So there could be some other oils sneaking their way in there that we just don't know, questionable oils. And then I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but I'm saying if you're bargain shopping, this peanut butter I actually really like. It's only got organic peanuts and sea salt. And yeah, it's a little higher fiber content, carb content, 7 grams, 3 grams of fiber. So we got 4 grams of carbs total. But if we go over to the almond butter, we have, let's see, we have 7 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber. We have 5 grams of carbs. So you know what? I would almost say, like when you look at 214 per ounce versus 161 per ounce, bang for the buck, I'm actually gonna give this peanut butter a try. Now, they are a legume. They're not technically a nut. Fatty acid profile is different. We do have to pay attention to that. But on keto, like at the end of the day, we're trying to factor in our macros. We're paying attention to that. And I know that there are inflammatory responses that people can have with the peanuts because of lectins and everything like that. So I get it, okay? But I'm here to tell you that if it's the difference between you having some peanut butter, being satiated, or like freaking out over the budget over almond butter and macadamia nut butter and stuff like that, it's okay every now and then to just have some peanut butter. I'm going to consider this a keto snack, and I'm going to grab it. Just in spite of a lot of people on keto that say peanut butter is not okay. And again, are there better options? 1,000,000%. 1,000,000% there's better options. Macadamia nut butter, coconut butter, abso-freaking-lutely better options. I just want to be real here. Now, I will say, the biggest problem is not eating 6 tablespoons and thinking it's 1 tablespoon, okay? Put me down in the comment section. Put it down. Have you experienced that, right? Come on, you know you have. We have these sea salt caramel keto bars from this company called, what is it called? Keto Pint? Is that, I guess? Oh. Anyway, I have talked about these before, so I've been asked to review them multiple times, but they've been in other videos. Okay, so the first ingredient here we have cream. We have a chocolate coating, which is unsweetened chocolate, coconut oil as the added fat, erythritol, cocoa butter, which I love, sunflower lecithin as an emulsifier, MCT oil, okay, stevia, non-GMO chicory root fiber. Don't be afraid of that. That's just added, again, for body. Milk protein concentrate. That's the only thing that's a little bit weird. Why is that in there? Is that to increase the protein content? Normally, I would be like, why is that there? I'm going to put this product back. But it's an ice cream bar. You're going to see milk protein, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, then we've got non-GMO tapioca fiber, natural flavors, which could be questionable, vegetable glycerin, sea salt, non-GMO guar gum, stevia extract, annatto extract. It's a long list of ingredients, but as far as an ice cream bar goes on keto, I think it's pretty remarkable. I think that's like they've done a really good job of making it very, very clean, considering what they could be putting in it. Okay, no sucralose, they're not putting any weird stuff in it. Is it a snack? I mean, not something that I would say you should go and just snack on a keto bar, but like, I know my son loves these. Like I've gotten them before on other hauls, and I give them to my son, like he's, crazy over them. I'm gonna get them because they're 12 bucks. I think that's a good deal considering I get 12 of them, $1 a bar. Okay, and that puts me at, basically I can find like one more good thing. It looks like I have a little bit more of a budget to spare, which is kind of cool. I think that, the one thing that was lingering that could have been a potential go was gonna be these keto crackers. So I think I can get these and still make budget. So again, are they perfect? No, but it just goes to show that like again, if we look at the carb content, 7 grams of, we got sugar, alcohol, so we got 4 grams of net carbs. You get your keto crackers in. If it keeps you from, eating something that you shouldn't eat, then I think it's a win. There's nothing in there, if we look at it, nothing in there that's like terrible. Nothing in there that I'm like, that's a hard pass. I trepidate a little bit over the natural flavors, and I don't like the use of the grains in there, but that might just be me getting super, super nitpicky. I will say I've tried them before, and they're really, really good. They're just a calorie bomb, so be careful. So I think with all of this, check it out, with all of this, I think we're gonna be right at $100, but now it's kind of the fun part. Let's go check out and see if we are. All right, we're at $54.73. I think we might end up under $100. Ooh, it's gonna be close.
99.
Look at that. $96.99. I still can't believe we did that. Like, that's actually a lot of keto stuff. Look at that. We made it at $96.99. I probably could have gotten like one more thing. It's kind of cool. I'm still even able to get the questionable keto crackers. So not bad at all. And again, a disclaimer. I am not suggesting that this stuff is healthy. I'm not suggesting you should eat it every day. I just know that everyone has different tastes. Everyone wants different things. And this is just a great way to know what works at Costco on a budget. So as always, keep it locked in here on my channel. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. And if you were wondering what snack I was going to eat first, well, here you go.